We're back once again. It's only After Hours, on the After Hours YouTube channel. And well, we always get big guests, but this one now has become pretty big now. I mean, we've had her on before in the show on DQRM. We've had her on the SoundCloud, but now she's on the YouTube channel because, well, she's now an international Playboy playmate, a hustler, a hustler cover model, FHM cover girl, Avian nominated, XBiz nominated, now a CEO, actress, model. I mean, there's more accomplishments than you can shake a stick at. I give you the beautiful, the gorgeous, the incredibly talented, hardest working probably woman in the industry. I give you Sophie Marie. Yeah, Sophie, let's start off here with, so what do you do for at the top 2022? Because last year is like everything was coming, full circle. You were doing this, you were doing that, you were, shooting with these people, you were getting all these, magazine covers. Like, how do you top last year?
That is a good question. Well, let's see what magazines are left. Penthouse, to get into, maybe some I was offered a fitness one, but I declined. Um, yeah, but basically my goal this year is just to continue growing my company, the Yummy Girl Network, and helping other performers, content creators, build their sites just in case, OnlyFans or other little clip stores go down. Um, yeah, continue shooting and continue having fun. So yeah,
Let's
hopefully.
start off here with the question I've always wanted to ask you, and that you're incredibly beautiful. You're incredibly fit. I mean, you look like you can kick most people's asses, and yet you're still feminine. How tough is that when you do your fitness modeling and you shred to get in peak shape, and then you have to get back to a little bit soft usually for porn? Like, how tough is that having the body just adjust to shredding, putting some little bit of weight back, and not body not going, okay, this is crazy. You got to stop, pick one or the other, just pick it, pick a
Right.
side.
It's I've come to realize that people, fans, guys, girls, couples, whatever, they either they like fit people, girls, milfs, whatever, or they don't. They might want a little less. And but I'm gonna be me, and I've always been active, so I'm not gonna change that. Like, okay, not work out and not, mainly because working out every morning, usually in the morning, just gets my day started, gives me energy. If I don't work out for a day or two, I kind of get grumpy. um but I'm gonna do me and be me. So I hope people like it, and if they don't, then there's a ton of milfs out there. So in this industry, and it's great being fit for what I do, because you have to ride a cock for several minutes and this and that, and use your leg muscles and whatever. And um so it's a lot easier to have sex when you're a little more in shape, I guess. More stamina, we'll say.
Is it? I don't want to say the word weird because that's not the word I'm looking for. Does it? Is it? Do you ever get though like awestruck in terms of all these people now want to work with you? It used to be, as you said, select group and everything. And now it's like the Brianna Diamonds, the Phoenix Marines, the Kenzie Taylors, the uh, Johnny Sins. Like, everybody wants to work with you. I mean, you've got. I mean, does it ever get sort of like, oh crap, I didn't see this coming when like everybody, even like Playboy Playmate Victoria Zdrock, they want to work with you. You're like on their wish list. You're the person now that everybody looks and goes, she's on the ultimate wish list.
Have I ever thought that? No. Is it very flattering? Yes. I mean, because there have been people I would, for instance, like reached out to, say, 4 or 5 years ago when I first started out, and either I didn't hear back, or like, no, I'm busy, or I'm, whatever reasoning they have. And now they're like, yeah, I would love to work with you, Sophie. So it's like, oh, cool. Here I am, I guess, trying to make a name for myself out there in the industry. And um, and being professional and, business-like with my company. So I'm not just, a person who just, I mean, yes, I like to have sex, obviously, but, not just to film and with, so yes, it's very flattering and I love it. I mean, there's still plenty more people I would love to work with. So hopefully, maybe that will come true this year.
How much do you take pride in that this is your brand? Because you started off with, always the fitness model. And as you said, there were some people who said, no, 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 that's bad. That's a bad look. You got to put on more, chub. You need to be to look more softer, And as you said, some people got back to you, some people didn't, some companies ignored. And now that everybody wants to work with you, now every company, it seems like Team Skeet, Brazzers, Naughty America, they're shooting you. Every person wants to do you, and you never stopped being you. So how much pride do you take in that you won? You didn't have to give up any of your principles, your priorities. You basically showed everybody, hey, I'm worth shooting. I am a star. You just didn't realize it yet.
um, I again, it's very flattering, and like I tell everyone I meet, whether it's in my personal life or in business, what you see is what you get with me. I mean, yes, I'm a quiet, shy person, to be honest. If you were to, like meet me at a convention, I'm not like one of the girls overly, extroverted and loud, and um, but I, but yeah, I mean, you you meet me and you meet me 5 years, I don't, I mean, I don't really change much, maybe looks wise, or, I've cut some bangs now, or, some little stupid stuff like that. But, yeah. And as far as my brand, goes, I just try and keep that, professional business, like, and fun, of course, because, what I do is fun. And yeah.
I've been dying to know that this. You say you're shy and yet you do porn. You say you're shy, but yet you are comfortable being naked. Most people are terrified of being naked. So what is it about, just being in public with people for you? It's like, oh, I don't like this here. We're gonna be very quiet. It's gonna just be demure, be quiet. Oh crap! There's all these people. They're trying to just like talk to me. This is not work. I don't like this here.
um I know that doesn't make sense, but yeah. So I think actually, listening to that comment, I think if I were in a group, like say the AVN, okay, I wore, or X3 show in January, I wear little smaller outfits or whatever, and I'm still kind of, reserved, not reserved, but just like, fans come up, I'm very friendly. But if I were probably completely naked, I'd probably maybe be a little more talking, like maybe it'd be more of an extrovert. I don't know. I mean, I say this, and then if, if it were to happen, but I just, in scenes, my director's always like, Sofie, wait a little minute, wait, a few minutes to take off your top or take off your panties or your skirt, or, your clothes, basically, because I like to be naked. I like, yes, the camera's running, but even at swinger parties, I'm the first one naked. So again, yes, I wear very little clothing, so it's easy to get out of. But
I
yeah,
was gonna say, how much of this is like your alter ego, where it's like Superman, Clark Kent, as I say. Sophie Marie, the porn star, that's Superman. She is just swinging big. She can leap tall buildings. She can stop, trains in this, with one finger. And then Clark Kent is Sophie Marie in public, who's clothed, doesn't, very, very reserved, and doesn't like to make a big spectacle at times.
I think that's a good question. I would say like the Sophie Marie, my alter ego compared to my, I will say, personal life. It's more out there because I want to be, because I have to be, because it is still a job. But even going like to like to a I was at a gun show recently, and no one recognized me, but a but I still have to dress like Sophie Marie the porn star. Not like slutty or whatever, but just sexy. I can't wear sweats I mean, I could, but I choose not to because I'm out in public. And I would say there's more of the Sophie Marie personality in me than the personal life, like when I'm out in public or whatever, like maybe 70-30, 60-40, ratio wise, percentage wise.
So what do you do for fun? I mean, because you work a lot, and I know you do enjoy sex because you say that, but like when you just want to unwind and not, just get away, like what are some of the things that you do just to like have fun that's just sort of innocent, like it's your thing.
Um, uh, well, my thing is going to the gym or working out, really. That's my own me time. But I guess just hanging out at night with my husband and my dog, just chilling on the couch watching Netflix or whatever. That's that. Although my phone's usually nearby, whether I'm checking social media or OnlyFans or, emails, which I need to actually learn, 8 o'clock at night, put the phone in, in the other room or whatever, so. But yeah, probably at night, just relaxing, watching TV and getting my feet rubbed.
Tell me about the husband. It's been almost, I'm guessing 10 years now. You guys have been together even longer.
Uh-huh.
What is it
He's
about
my
him
number
that
one fan.
you
He's
love, and what is it about of you two that you keep the love and you keep this, almost, I want to say, like normal relationship when most relationships fail nowadays. It's like,
I
either the husband gets bored, the wife gets bored, you're doing this, the two of you work constantly here. Like, how does this work? And what is it about him that you just look and go, he's my rock. He's the guy that I just can't live without.
he is actually he's my oak tree. I honestly, it's communication, it's openness, it's honesty, it's and since we're in the swinger world, he gets to have fun too once in a while. It's not just me being a naughty girl all the time, but yeah, he's very supportive, and he's like, you're great at what you do, you love sex, you look great, and I'm here, I so yeah, communication and honesty, and which I think a lot of relationships nowadays don't have. So, in my opinion, and from what I've heard from other couples and single people, and it's just jealousy. He's not jealous. Um, and if we were not in the lifestyle, maybe things would be different. But I honestly don't. I don't think so. So that kind of helps, being swingers and being in porn, and me being in porn, and so it's, yeah, just communication for any relationship would be my um advice, or important.
The running joke. Porn is, make your own schedule. And next thing you know, it's 24/7. It's a baby that never sleeps and always needs to eat. And you're just like, you get content, you gotta get content. Oh, the squiggly lines in the video, gotta get rid of it. Why is there a humming sound? And next thing you know, you're obsessing over sending out tweets, uploading videos, doing the paperwork. Nobody likes to do the paperwork. Getting the contents, upload it on several different sites, doing all the little write-ups. Like, how do you two find time to go, okay, we're doing this. This is date night. We're not going to talk porn. We're not going to do anything here. We're just going to enjoy our company and put our phones down, not just obsess.
It's hard, but like, he'll come home from work or whatever, and like I said, it's nighttime, 8 o'clock on, 8 to 10. I go to bed early, but he goes to bed a little later. And just let's watch some Netflix or Hulu, or whatever's on TV. And granted, we're not chatting when we're watching, although I I try and ask questions or chat, and he's like, Sophie, I'm watching TV. But yeah, we try and do date night. It's about twice a month. Um, And then, you know, we do the swinger parties, occasionally, get away out of town occasionally. So just kind of to mix it up a little bit. But, you know, every once in a while I'm like, okay, I'm done off my phone, put it away, or he's done, you know, working or whatever. So it's hard, but we make it, but it's a must, you know, having a good, happy marriage and working, and, you know, but relationships take daily work on both ends, in my opinion. So
Let's talk about the website. It's still going strong. You're still doing a lot of big stuff with it here. You
I am.
still also are like shooting different stuff. You know, sometimes it's sometimes erotic, sometimes fun, sometimes just straight on, you know, a little bit of mommy stepson. How much time do you put into this? Like how much time do you come up with like, okay, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. You know, and start working on like a theme so that everything sort of like makes sense.
Um, well, I go back through my site or clip stores and see what sells the best. And it's it's still the taboo. um, the mommy stuff. Interracial's close behind it, and then anal. And so I was actually looking at some of my stuff the other day. I'm like, oh damn, I guess I have to start doing some more anal scenes, but which is fine. Um, but so I try and do that because, okay, if, you know, fans like this, I need to make, but then there's, oh, you know, so many younger guys. I mean, I'm 43, so most of them are younger in the industry, but they have to look, you know, they have to look like they could play a stepson part. Um, so it, yeah, once I get the shoot lined up, I'm like, okay, I now have to think of a storyline. Like, for instance, I'll be working with Carmen Valentina on Friday. I worked with her in the beginning, probably 4 or 5 years ago. So I'm like, okay, what can we do for the girl scene? Because girl scenes, it seems like it's always a bit harder to think of like a storyline. And there's only so many positions you could do. I mean, you could do toys and, you know, strap, you know, all that, but um so yeah, I just have to be creative, I guess, which I'm not very good at. My director's he's better, but at that stuff, he's more creative than I am. So I kind of just, okay, what am I wearing? What time do I have to be there? And let's have fun. So, and then for the taboo, you know, I try and think of what I haven't shot already, as far as, you know, oh, my stepson's, you know, jerking off to my panties, or, you know, caught him masturbating, or, you know, whatever, stole my panties, caught him masturbating. I mean, that's like typical, but um I want to start actually shooting outside again too, because but it's still a little chilly. I like shooting outdoor stuff without getting caught.
So what do you like shooting? Like, because you mentioned before, it's like interracial, it's anal, it's taboo. But what do you like? I mean, if you could do your own stuff, and not to worry about, oh, will the fans buy this? Will they not? Who cares? Like, what's some of the stuff that you like shooting?
Um, I do like, well, I do like those. I like the interracial because I like the color contrast, and with the taboo, I get to work with younger guys, so I would say the, yeah, you know, working with the younger guys, I would say that is probably, you know, my favorite. If I mean, again, it doesn't have to be a taboo, but working with younger guys is fun. It's fun for me.
So what's on the bucket list for this year in terms of like
Ooh.
not even porn, just like regular stuff? Because you mentioned before, a fitness magazine came out to you and said, "Hey, we want to shoot you for this layout. You need to turn them down." Like, is there anything, you know, mainstream you're looking at going, I want to do this, I want to do that. This is something that I can now do. I have a big enough name, maybe, that they'll consider me.
Um, ah, um, 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 I, I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. I guess, I don't know. That's a good question. I'd have to think on that one. You know, outside of porn. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll get back to you on that.
Do you guys ever think of maybe taking a trip, a non-porn trip? Because as you said, you've worked so long, and now you've become this star where you have tons in the bank, you have tons in the clip store. You you could take probably 3 month vacation somewhere and go off. I mean, is there ever thought of that? Because as you said, you and your husband work a lot. Go through all this. Are there ever thoughts of like going, hey, you know what? Let's jet off to Europe. Let's jet off to Japan. Let's jet off to some place in Brazil or Argentina. Like just not
Uh,
shoot, just enjoy each other's company for a month and not have to worry about anybody.
I would want to go to Australia is on my bucket list. So that would
Really?
yeah, and reason being is because my whole journey started, with the tiny bikini modeling. And the ones the most I mean, I wear all brands, but Wicked Weasel, who's based out of Byron Bay in Australia. So that's kind of why I pick Australia. So, and I want to see kangaroo, although I heard they're nasty, but yeah, I don't know.
Just don't punch them and they'll be fine. You wave if they'll probably run away. Just don't like try to, touch them, and I think you'll be fine. I
Yeah.
guess
Okay.
I've heard.
Good to know. Yeah, so that's on my bucket list to go to Australia. And maybe a cruise. I've never been on a cruise in my whole life. So that would be fun. Yeah, I think that's it. I mean, I've been to Europe, I've been all, so I would say Australia and some type of fun cruise for like 10 days. I don't know if I could be gone a month, but yeah, just get out of the US and do something fun.
You mentioned before you're helping out a lot of content creators. You're helping out a lot of people who are trying to get into the business. Girls who are trying to become bigger. Why? Because there's a lot of people who probably just go, you know what? Nah, I'm just going to stick to my own stuff. And now I don't want to answer questions. Now I don't want to help people out. Like, what is it about you and your personality that you go, I want to help people. I want to, make sure that, they're helped out, but they do the right thing, but, they understand what's going on. I want to help them, make sure that they could be a success.
Um, why? Because that's just the type of person I am. I just because everyone has to start somewhere. I remember 6 years ago when I went 6 years ago, yeah, and it'll be 6 years in August. When I went to Florida for one of my first, shooting for Naughty America, shooting for Reality Kings, but I was nervous as hell, but I did it, and I mean, now when I go shoot for another company, it's like, oh yeah, I still get a little nervous to be honest. I shot for Dog Fart recently. I'm like, okay, I've been wanting to shoot for them, and now, okay, I can, and it was great because I got to work with Isaiah Maxwell, who I've worked with before. So, and he's great. So it all went well, but I still get, not as nervous as, 6 years ago, 5.5 years ago, but yeah, I just like to help people because you got to start out somewhere, baby steps or whatever, and um, so that's just my personality.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, I give you the beautiful, the talented, the highly decorated, but still big-hearted. I give you Sofie Marie. So, Sofie, once again, where can fans check you out? I know there's the website, of course, which there's also you have your, you know, many
Um,
vids. You have your OnlyFans. You have your, of course, Sofie Marie XXX.com. And oh, by the way, we got to nominate people pre-nom for the XBiz Creator Awards show. You got to do that. But where else can fans hit you up at? Like, where is all the good places?
um, yeah, other than the main website, that's Sofie Marie XXX, and OnlyFans. I would make sure you're following me on Twitter, because that's where you get to see like little teasers at Wicked Yummy One. And Instagram, I'm on like my fourth account because they just love taking down porn stars. That's Sofie Marie. So yeah, you can check out the network, yummygirl.com. In case you get sick of Sofie, you can go to, Shawn Michaels or Victoria Zidrock or Will Tile. We have, and quite a few other performers that we're running their sites for. Yeah, and then the mini vids, OnlyFans, and clips for sale. I think those are the main little clip stores I have. So, but definitely Twitter, because that's where you'll see some fun stuff.
Sophie Marie, ladies and gentlemen, once again, always on a pleasure having her on the show. We come back, a lot more going on here, only on its After Hours, only on the After Hours YouTube channel.